This is WRGB TV Channel 6, Schenectady, Albany, Detroit, and it's time now for the Newscenter 6 Noon Report. Tuesday, June 18, 1996, with Peter Wiggins. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins, and here's what's happening on Newscenter 6 at noon. Our top story at noon is Ace Hardware Corporation selected a Saratoga County town of Hudson for a $35 million distribution center because the location is right for the long haul, a company official said Monday. The site, less than a mile west of North Ferry, exit 16, scored the highest among 20 sites in the Illinois-based company, was located from Pennsylvania to the Capital Region, and said David F. Byron, Ace, Vice President for Retail, Support, and New Business. The other sites in the Capital Region under consideration were in Albany and Fulton counties. They are just ready to do business, Myers said about the economic development team of Wilton, Saratoga County, and state officials. Governor Pataki announced Monday in Albany that a 35,800 square foot of 800,000 square feet at the Ace Hardware Corporation Distribution Supercenter will be built on 103 acres of currently owned property here. Jack Bonnicky will have more on that on Newscenter 6 at 5 and 6 this evening. In Schenectady, the good news is that the 3 public swimming pools, not 2, will be open this summer under a modified plan over Monday by Mayor Albert P. Drzezinski. Bad news is that the 2 of them would be open just for the days of the weekend, would close for the summer in the first week of August, and the money saved from curtailing the pool hours where Drzezinski wants to spend on school crossing guards next fall will be far less than the first thought. Drzezinski last week pegged the savings at $50,000, but said Monday it would be up to $17,000. Last week, the mayor proposed open just 2 of the 5 swimming pools, Craigwish and Mount Pleasant and Central Park on Monday, he believed, and added that the Hillhurst Park pool in Bellevue to the list. Under Drzezinski's original plan, however, the Quackerbush pool would have been open 6 days a week and Central Park 7 days. Under the new plan, Quackerbush would be open Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Hillhurst Saturday through Tuesday, and Central Park Tuesday through Sunday. Central Park would open for the season on Friday and close August 25th. Quackerbush would be open on June 27th through August 4th, and Hillhurst pool from June 30th through August 6th. The Woodlawn and Stockade pools were remain closed. More than a dozen people, most from Bellevue, showed up at City Hall Monday night to protest the cutbacks. They said Drzezinski's modified plan was better than the original, but not by much. The polls we have is our community, said Patricia Coppin of 12th Street, will deliver the petition. She has been signed by 295 Bellevue residents. I think that the proposal to reopen the pool is good, but it doesn't go far enough. Said John Busman on 2nd Street, August 4th is unfortunate the hottest time of the year. Over the past 5 years, I see my property taxes double, but city services being cut. People are going to stand for much more of this. Then involvement from the department. Drzezinski proposed cutting the pool house to save enough money to pay for a limited school crossing guard program for Nepal. Last year, City Council faced a projected deficit, budgeted just enough money to keep the guards at the post for the 95-96 school year. The 59 crossing guards cost the city about $200,000 a year, having them at the post from which school opened in September with the end of the year would cost them about $50,000, he said. Drzezinski had originally counted on saving about the much with a pool cutbacks, the modified plan would have saved slightly less. But when he realized that Parks Director Wilmel Saber was counting on more money for the pool program than last year's council had budgeted, Drzezinski said that Saber was planning to spend $113,230.05 pools, but a last-minute check showed only $81,906. Drzezinski said the Central Park Quackerbush program would cost almost.
They were rushed from their homes, flown by helicopter to a Boston hospital.
The new Montgomery County Jail is about half finished with the 5 months of construction work left, officials said Monday, as Lieutenant Rich Emery, the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, leads a tour for county officials at the new jail under construction in the town of Glen on Monday. It was the first time the jail, which is 5 months from completion, was seen by the Board of Supervisors, as they received the first hand program report on the first tour of the facility. After 8 months of work, the concrete shell for the much of the jail is complete. Ventilation ducts of some plumbing work are visible. The roof is unfinished, as evidenced by several puddles throughout the facility, but that work should be done next week, officials said. The space for the Sheriff's Department office and a garage, which are separate wings, are only cement floors on. Now, officials said these buildings, which will be made of metal, should go up quickly once the
says he talked to the father from
fix fair started. At the end of the 1-hour guided tour, supervisors said they were pleased with the progress on the $16 million project. After seeing a number of jails throughout the Northeast, I'm very much pleased how this one looks now, Roof Supervisor John Van Crussen said. The new facility located on 36 acres off the intersection of Route 55 and Riverside Drive will place the 284-year-old jail in Fonda. The 70,000 square foot facility is larger than the existing jail, which is about 45,000 square feet. It will hold up to the 186 inmates. The existing jail holds about 124 inmates. When construction began last October, officials have hoped to have the new building operational within 1 year, but setbacks pushed the target completion date to the November end that opened in 1997. The facility must go.
Regard to paperwork that was filed for a search warrant.
Scary District Attorney Frank Klein said he will be asked the special prosecutor to be appointed in the case against former County Treasurer Lawrence R. Tate. In a related matter, Tate's wife resigned from a county job and a replacement had been appointed. Tate, 54, of Scary, was charged June 6 with stealing $226,000 from 3 estates that he administered. He was Scary County Treasurer for 20 years until his retirement last December. Klein cited a public perception that he has a conflict of interest in the Tate case. He said he has no conflict, but the public believes there is one, and it is important that the public have confidence in the judicial system. Klein's request will go to County Judge George Bartlett. Bartlett said he cannot comment on the case. Normally, Bartlett would appoint another local lawyer to prosecute Tate, but Klein said another county lawyer could be appointed. Klein is a Democrat and Tate a Republican, and Klein said some residents think he will go after Tate with a political vengeance with others. Think he will give Tate a break. Over the weekend, one person said to Klein, "All you big wigs look out for each other." Klein said, Tate surrendered a Copperskill Town Court on June 6th and pleaded innocent to a single count of second-degree grand larceny, despite the plea both Tate and Klein's lawyer, Thomas Spargo, said Tate has admitted wrongdoing and is cooperating with authorities. Spargo could not be reached for comment on Klein's stepping aside. Both lawyers have said they were discussing a plea bargain in the case and have said Champlain played a role in Tate's fiscal problems. Officials believe that no money is missing from the county treasury, but a special part audit is being conducted by the county's accounting firm and the state's comptroller's office on a precaution. Tate's wife, who has been on Deputy Board of Supervisors, Clerk, Deputy Auditor, and Deputy Purchasing Agent for some more than 2 years, resigned last week and her replacement began working Thursday, officials said. Board of Supervisors Chairman James Brown and Naomi Tate resigned on June 10th, and Karen Miller of Scary was hired to replace her. Miller is a bookkeeper and former town tax collector who completed a 2-year accounting degree at SUNY Global Skills this year. Brown said Republican supervisors held a special caucus on the Tate is just Sunday night on June 9th and had a variety of viewpoints as whether Mrs. Tate should continue her job. The Deputy Clerk, Auditor, and Purchasing Agent job is one of the handful of political appointments left in the county government. Following the caucus, Brown told Naomi Tate that the caucus would accept her resignation, but it would not.
Visit him behind bars.
Neighbor record no requested, he said. In Fort Edward, a body found floating Monday in the Hudson River was a third New York City man missing since the trio's boat fell over the dam Friday. The body was discovered by searchers at 1:20 p.m. floating in the river a quarter mile downstream from the dam, said State Police investigator Johnny LeJam. Now that we found everybody, we'll start pulling on efforts to determine the cause, said LeJera. The other 2 bodies were found near the dam about 7 p.m. on Sunday by a person on the riverfront. The search team, which had left in about an hour earlier, returned and recovered those 2 bodies on Sunday night. The group of about 30 state police, divers, state force rangers, a state police helicopter crew, and Washington County Sheriff's deputies returned to the river about 8 a.m. on Monday. The 3 victims were returning from a fishing trip and excursion in a Naval Museum in Whitehall when their 21-foot powerboat named to the horizon tumbled from a 4-foot high dam. The men were Ian Fighters, Robert S. White, 75 of Queens, and the boat's owner, and Peter Tanchuk, 73 of Brooklyn, and Michael T. Dyer, 73, also of Queens. Tanchuk was a retired New York City motorcycle policeman, while White was retired from a criminal law enforcement agency in the city, and Dyer was a retired teacher. The jail was autopsies and the 3 bodies were begun Monday evening at Glens Falls Hospital and were expected to be completed today. He said the post-mortem examination should determine the cause of the death. Shortly before 11 a.m. on Friday, the southbound boat apparently missed the entrance to a 2-mile channel that leads south to Champlain Canal, Lock 8, police said. Lock 6. Steel cables were strung across the top of the 2 dams that extend between Thompson Island and the east and west shores of the Hudson River. The boat apparently went over the cable on the east side of the island, breaking it, and water level was a foot above normal. The State 3 of 40, which operates the canal system, said Monday that the area around the accident scene was promptly marked. Clears were in place and that it was clearly marked, said 3 spokesman Pat Cantello. Cantello said red and green birds, a special white buoy, and an orange triangle that warns boaters to stay away from a hazardous area and all, and the printed warning sign were all in place. 2 officials were checking records but believed that there had been other fatal accidents at the dams in the past, she said. In Albany, Governor Georgie Pataki joined Albany Mayor Jerry Jennings at the city's riverfront Monday morning and announced a new project to enhance public access across the Hudson River. Newscenter 6 Albany Bureau Chief Reporter Ken Scrivener's report. Beginning this summer, the city and state will begin work on a $1.4 million permanently along Quay Street, starting on an area just north of the John Memorial Bridge and leading to north to 1,000 feet into the pump station that stands at the south end of the city's Conan Preserve. While in its scope, the project is geared toward providing another pedestrian gateway to the river, long cut from the rest of the city by highway ramps and the Spawn State University near headquarters building on Broadway. The idea was one that many included in the comprehensive study that the city commissioned last year to improve riverfront access. Far too long, the highways are cut off Albany and its residents from the magnificent river. Pataki said this wall allows people to walk, to hike, to bicycle, and simply enjoy a greater sense of covered connections to the Hudson River and the Conan Preserve. On another piece of news from the city's downtown revitalization plans, state transportation officials on Monday affirmed their commitment to the $4 million rehabilitation of 1.5 mile stretch of Pearl Street from 2nd Avenue to the south and north to the Leviton Avenue or Livingston Avenue. On the drawing board since 1993, the project was initially scheduled for funding in 1997, but with different priorities under a new administration in Albany, along with ongoing budget pressures, it was clear, however, that the project would go ahead as scheduled. We had to discuss possible movement it back to a year ago, said DOT Regional Director Richard Martino. Now I think we're going to start with the first stage of the project in 1997. DOT planners have been working with the city to integrate the Pearl Street improvement plans with Albany's own downtown improvement plan known as Capital Albany, the comprehensive blueprint designed to spur economic activity and tourism in the city. The city's riverfront will get another boost this summer when Hudson resident Kevin Schofeld opens a new restaurant which will sit on the converged dock of the preserve. Jaden said Monday is expected the restaurant will open in 3 or 4 weeks. The time has been perfect focusing on riverfront in Albany. Transcribing Newscenter 6 in Albany. In Washington, ValueJet Airlines agreed to temporarily halt its operations on midnight Monday after a federal inspection found several serious deficiencies in low-cost carriers operations. Federal Aviation Administrator Chief David Hinson said, "We asked them to cease operations and they agreed to do so." Hinson said about 6 hours before the suspension was to take effect. ValueJet called the action grossly unfair because it was unable to respond to the FAA concerns raised during an intensive 30-day investigation that included about 2,000 inspectors. Did some inspections as the airline said it hopes to resume service within 30 days. The FAA's intense investigation was launched in the day after the May 11 crash of Flight 592 into the Florida Everglades. All 1 in 10 people on the board of DC-9 were killed. Hinton said the Atlanta-based ValueJet had failed to establish the airworthiness of some of its airplanes. FAA administrator cited system-wide deficiencies in ValueJet's maintenance program and lack of engineering and capability in it.
More details on the Boston Properties deal today.
In particular, he said that there were multiple shortcomings in the quality control over the contractors that had to do some of the maintenance work. The HD's 30-day intensive inspection found several services deficiencies in ValueJet's operations, Hinson said. The shutdown operation was set for midnight on Monday Eastern Daylight Time. Hinson said the FAA eventually would have found the problems with ValueJet if led to the ground in the event that the great crash had never occurred. It would have taken somewhat longer because we have not had such a focused inspection, he said. He said the airline will halt operations until it can determine and demonstrate appropriate corrective actions. He did not estimate how long will it take. Hinson said the FAA and ValueJet agreed to widen the number of issues that must be addressed to the agency's certification, but he did not release that list. He said he could not say whether there were any agreement for specific ValueJet managers to step down. ValueJet has already begun in its return to service plan. ValueJet President Louis Jordan said in a statement, "But at this moment we cannot tell you exactly where we will resume service or how many flights." He said ValueJet will provide full refunds for customers with bookings for flights today and beyond.
Boston's favorite way to...
And there's a ValueJet employee who works the ticket counter at Monday night at Dulles International Airport in Chantilly, Virginia. And a ValueJet airliner sits at the gate of Monday at Boston's Logan International Airport.
We want to thank you for waking up with us.
Washington, the Supreme Court ended the political crossfire over gun control on Monday, agreeing to decide whether Congress brought the Brady law could make local officials check the backgrounds of handgun buyers. The court said it ruled appeals by sheriffs in Montana and Arizona will say the measure unconstitutionally requires local officials to enforce a federal law. Local officials may not be conscripted against their will as the foot soldiers of the federal crusade, said lawyers for Jay Fritz, sheriff of Beverly County in Montana. In recent decisions, the High Court has begun the limited congressional inroads of the power of state and local governments, and much of this court curtailed its federal lawsuits against states for alleged violations of federal laws. The Brady law requires a background check for
Do you suffer?
Gun owners will be conducted during a 5-day waiting period before the sale of handguns. The law is strongly opposed by the National Rifle Association's named after former presidential press secretary James Brady, who was seriously wounded in 1981 attempted assassination of President Ronald Reagan. The Brady law prevented firearm sales to more than 60,000 criminals in 2 years. The Clinton administration estimated on Friday in February.
Most insurance are accepted.
Our federal appeals court upheld the law in the Montana and Arizona cases. The New York-based appeals court also upheld the law as high court to review confinement at molesters.
Getting to Nova Scotia is more fun than ever with Nova Star, the new cruise ferry traveling from...
In Washington, in a response to the Senate Whitewater Committee, Hillary Rodham Clinton said Monday that she would call almost nothing about her law firm Bill and Records. She declined to address the last-minute allegation about an old loan. In a 2-page affidavit, the First Lady did not answer the committee's questions directly about a telephone conversation that she had with an Arkansas Savings and Loan Executive while she was a private lawyer. It said her affidavit referred to senators with a separate letter by her personal attorney that suggested that the executive could describe the conversation in a sword. A cat last week made up the story. The executive says she dismissed the warning of an improper loan transaction relation. In Moscow, movements will be to secure his re-election. Boris Yeltsin wooed a former general who has emerged a kingmaker and published Monday for a final vote on Russia's presidency to be held in just over 2 weeks. Retired General Alexander Lebed met with Yeltsin in the Kremlin, but no deal was not. The political office was placed at a strong third in Sunday's vote. Lebed was expected to meet today with cabinet leader Gennady Zhukov, the lone reigning challenger to Yeltsin.
Carpet, hardwood, and laminate flooring. 877-24.
Russia's high-stakes presidential runoff. A second vote is necessary because more than 10 candidates won more than 50% of the votes Sunday with 99% of the ballots. Counted Yeltsin at 35% and Zhukov 32%. The choice between Yeltsin and Zhukov had us polarized the country. Yeltsin, despite many unpopular policies, has become a rallying point for most reform forces than those with forward turned iron communist rule and the installation of Soviet days. Zhukov is a choice of millions who view these days with nostalgia, time of a stable job, secure retirement, and a superpower club. While the man had said that he would reject Zhukov, he also been sharply critical of Yeltsin, particularly over the 18-month war secessionist Chechnya. He told Russian television that his third-place finish was a personal victory, and he hoped to parlay into a process that would let us organize the struggle with crap, prevent extreme forces right or left. No difference from plunging the country into the depths of bloody chaos.
Right now, police in Nigeria say an explosion that killed 14 people at a
Stock market Dow Jones closed at 1832.40, down 2.54 points.
suicide bomber riding a tricycle taxi triggered that blast in northeast Nigeria. But police now
In sports news, there.
parked just outside that viewing site. It exploded after the Brazil-Mexico match started. And these sites
In
have been
sports.
in this area because the militant group Boko Haram had been targeting them.
The New York Yankees
Facing some criticism
hadn't
over its office.
lost to the Minnesota Twins
Tuition
6-3, while the New York Mets nipped the Pittsburgh Pirates 7-6 in 10 innings.
if they enrolled in Arizona State University's online program. But that tuition reimbursement is only available for students who first complete 21 credits at ASU. That means the Starbucks scholarship only represents about 42% of the total tuition for a degree. Experts say the cost will vary.
And the Albany Colony Dogs will be
The numbers before.
facing Adirondack tonight.
Contributing.
They are.
There we go.
You need the iced coffee, I think, today.
Absolutely.
Alright, let's move it on, shifting gears to the weather here. Current conditions at noontime, it is 73 degrees on temperature right now here at Albany Airport, at 69 in Schenectady, 74 in Saratoga Springs, 75 in Watertown, New York, 73 in Oswego, 69 in Syracuse, 66 in Ellicott, 64 in Binghamton, 65 in Rochester, 63 in Buffalo, 61 in Jamestown, New York, 62 in Erie, Pennsylvania, 61 in Hamilton, 63 in Toronto. It is 78 out in Poughkeepsie, 70 in Denver, 71 in New York City, 73 in
Down, and by tomorrow,
Hazleton, and 70 out in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and 71 out in Burlington, Vermont.
big difference, 24.
Alright, let's take a look at our radar scope at the noontime. It shows bands of light little rain showers around the Scranton area in Pennsylvania, and lots of showers and thunderstorms from north central Pennsylvania and Allegheny National Forest in north central Pennsylvania and around Williamsport, stretching down to northwestern Pennsylvania and stretching down for western New York from Corning and stretching it down through Jamestown and stretching around the Buffalo area and stretching on the central portions of
At or above 60 degrees.
Ontario and stretching on the northeastern portions of
30 miles per hour across the area, so
Ohio here.
ventilating the air, and it's kicking up.
And we are behind the front
Right now, and typically when you have a humid air mass in the front, you're thinking thunderstorms, right? Well, we're not really seeing that out there today. It's also bringing in that drier air slowly from the north and west. The real dry
And this is
a good distance away, and that's
of a front
humidity drop until tonight.
that
So looking for thunderstorms across the northeast. We had some in the wee hours of this morning. Not much happening right now. You can see some clouds bubbling up
That is
to our north.
stalled at noontime out over northern Pennsylvania and for western Pennsylvania, western Ontario here. So
Pop up around here this afternoon, and that would be the extent of it. Temperatures between 85 and 90 degrees, and it will continue to be warm.
So we are.
That westerly wind. We've got a high tide not till almost 5 o'clock.
We have mixed in clouds and sunshine here in the Capital District. Will be raining down to
Probably open up the windows. We stay in the
south central New York and then for western New York and then for northern and west central portions of Pennsylvania here. Alright, let's take a look at our forecast around the country here, and it shows lines of showers and storms for the United States, stretching out for the Great Lakes, and for eastern Iowa, and for Missouri, and for western Kentucky and Tennessee, and for northeastern Arkansas. And another batches of showers and storms from southeastern Oklahoma, and for southern Arkansas, and for northern Louisiana, and for northeastern Texas. And a couple of batches of rain showers in the coastal Carolinas here. And some storms here, and a lot of rain showers from western Montana here. And it's pleasant for much of the northeast and much of New York State. Fair and humid for much of the southeastern states with some thunderstorms possible, and sunny and hot from the desert southwest, and sunny and warm from California down to the Rockies, and be cool in Pacific Northwest. And we have high pressure up in British Columbia and in the Four Quarter region and up in the Maine, and we got low pressure in Illinois and on the Bajas of Mexico. Alright, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For the capital region, this afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, seasonal high around 80 degrees here, and tonight, podcast clouds with increased clouds, cool, low in the low 60s. For Wednesday, considerable clouds with a chance of showers, afternoon thunderstorms high about 75 to 80 degrees. Chance of precipitation with some chance of showers on Thursday and Friday, including Saturday and daytime highs mainly around 75 to 80 degrees, overnight lows around 60 degrees. Our regional forecast, Lake George and Saratoga, today's mix of sun and clouds, seasonal high around 80 degrees tonight, increased clouds low in the mid 50s. For Wednesday, considerable cloudiness with a chance of afternoon thunderstorms high 75 to 80 degrees. And around next, today a mix of sun and clouds, seasonal high around 80 degrees, and tonight, podcast clouds, low increased clouds, late, cool, low in the 50s. And Wednesday, a chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms with some clouds, high about 75, low about 55 and high about 80 degrees. Western Mohawk Valley. Today, a mix of sun and clouds. Seasonal high around 80 degrees. And tonight, increased cloudiness and cool, low around 60 degrees. On Wednesday, considerable cloudiness and a chance of showers. And afternoon thunderstorms high about 75, low
Here speaking about the homecoming.
about 55 degrees and high around 80 degrees.
16-month-long.
For the Catskills, a mix of sun and clouds. Seasonal high around 80 degrees. Tonight, park out with increased cloudiness, cool, low in the low 67. On Wednesday, considerable cloudiness and a chance of showers and afternoon thunderstorms high around 75 to 80 degrees here. And low tide 2:09 p.m. and high tide 7:46 p.m. And
Immerse yourself.
first full moon June 24th, full moon June 30th, last full moon June 7th, and new moon June 15th. And sunset today 8:36 p.m. And pilots report chilling VFR conditions with a mix of clouds and sunshine. The turbulence will be light to moderate, and the winds will become northeast about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Pollen count moderate 57 and predominantly grass. And air quality is good. The pollution standard index of 43. Pollutants predominantly ozone and pollution standard index of 0 to 50 is good, and we're in a good category here. And yesterday's temperature was at 82, high, low about 65. Normal, high 80, low about 55. So yesterday we were 2 degrees above the normal high of 80 and 10 degrees above the normal low of 55, and record 94 set in 1994 and 44 set in 1954 yesterday. And a year ago was 84 and 40 degrees.
Beautiful village center and so much more.
And that's it for the weather.
You can retire your snow shovel. You can retire your hand clippers. And your paintbrush.
But you will never ever retire
And-
sense of fun.
And
For more information.
And finally tonight, finally today, when Nancy wills, she wills prepared. I got a little ride vehicle, she said. I keep my role plays here, my ball. Everything from winter summers sports to summer sports. People have to say, you'll never be able to go back there and drive a car. White was cleaning house on a recent weekend, straightened up her black Chevrolet Silverado at the color car wash it good old head. Some color wet, some color said, I need my baseball glove. It said the truck. She said, White, who lives in Albany when she's not living inside her Chevy Hava. Everything I need, my tent, my beach shirt, everything, a pair of high heels and a set of crutches. Sometimes when we do that on rollerblades that are back spots about explain the walking sticks and an old hip injury just in case. You never know when you're not going to be able to walk. It happens. Every spring people wash, wax, and polish their Firebirds, Civics, and Gremlins that leave their insurance for another day. The inside can be chock full of nuts, crackers, cassette tapes, newspapers, baseball stickers, and tennis rackets and dozens of other things from the Pax Rat Travel Guide. It's a weird side stop motorists put a tagger in their tank and give it a big sign in their truck, and while it's not hard for the people to turn neat, clean Oldsmobiles into dirty, cluttered trashmobiles. Organization experts say people can easily represent and remove their cleats, coins, cameras, and cardigans that can make small amounts in the back of the seat. Called Volk of Albany, who's beyond let a service company help reform their business at. Since spring is the perfect time to clear dashboards, glove commanders, passenger seats, people on prepared vacation, they could have it packed and get their cars ready for the road. It's go to do that without full. The first step, get rid of some reduce Street, especially motorists.
The skywalk that hangs over the Grand Canyon, and look at this. No, that's what this crew is doing. It's like an extreme sport. 4,700 feet.
Ditch, small snow shovels, snow brushes that set until November. But they can keep it an extra blanket, leave it in an old winter coat stashed in the truck for the use of the summer picnics and cool summer nights. And that is gonna be a great idea. If you wanna use, you wanna have a car, you need to get it. Your car clean and junk and make it more safer and more common, because you don't want a lot of junk distracting you and not me while you keep going, because we only have asked them. That is perfect planning ahead. And that's me for Newscenter 6, the noontime report on this Tuesday afternoon, June 18th, 1996 on a Tuesday. I am Peter with Tip. You have a good afternoon, and coming next on Channel 6 will be The Young and the Restless. Here coming next on Channel 6. Newscenter 6 will be back at about
on the short list, though admittedly
5 o'clock. Have a good day.
To some,